Hello and welcome everyone back to another brand new Motogp 22 video. Now, once again, Milestone have put out another update for Motogp 22. Today, we're going to have a quick run through it to see what they fixed. Have they fixed the most important things? And apparently, the physics have changed again. I'm not going to confirm or deny it. I've yet to play the game since the update. I've been extremely busy and I'm about a day late to the update. But we're going to just quickly run through the patch notes. New game mode, Race Director. So the Race Director mode for online, which is not new. It was in the last couple of games since Motogp 20. For some reason, it wasn't at launch. They had to sacrifice it at the start of the game, and we've got it back, but it's not new. It's just a feature that we should have had at launch. Retuning of the official rider skill according to the ongoing season. So all three classes should have the more accurate rider abilities and rider levels, which is good to see. Only thing I fear about that is in career modes. Some people's career modes, they have riders who before the season, like we'd say John McPhee, who thought would had a good season higher in the championship. He's had bad luck this season. Lots of injuries, so he might go backwards, so the championships might get blown open. Next one is 2009 additional liveries can be used in Grand Prix and Championship mode. Again, small extra little feature, nothing major. Fix on the custom number of the Honda bikes, that hasn't been fixed, I'll show you in a second. And minor fixes. Now, we've tried to do a bit of digging to find out what the minor fixes are. We've been told by one of the lead developers it's usually just some UI crashes and small bits and pieces like that. So we're going to go to all Honda. So we'll go to the Repsol, go to the showroom, and my number is it on the bike? Let me get my magnifying glass out. I'm going to zoom in, you just about see it. We'll go to Idemitsu, and I can say I don't even need to go to the other camera modes. You can just see it's still tiny. It looks not too bad in that one, but on the Repsol it just looks lost. So that is why we're riding with Pramac today. But I'm really intrigued to see what the physics have done. The other changes are all menus, extra stuff, not really important. I'm quite annoyed the Honda number isn't changed because I did want to use the Honda in this video, but that number looks so stupid, and it looks quite, my number looks quite good on the Pramac. So we're going to jump in to Sepang. We're going to do a few laps. I'm going to talk about the physics. I'll probably have some fun. See you in a sec. So this is my first laps on the new update. Now, I was pretty vocal about the last update not being very nice to the physics, and they did not confirm that they changed it. They told us they hadn't changed it. Coming to turn one, bike feels a lot more stable under braking. So instantly one turn, now that might be just a bit of a placebo in my head. It feels like I can turn in more while braking, and again there. Now these are going to be pretty unrepresentative lap times because I'm talking while riding. After doing the first sector of Sepang, I'll be interested to see what this corner's like, because this can be inherently hard because you're braking, kind of counter steering and then tipping it in. The bike wants to turn in a lot more while braking. Instantly feels nicer than the last update, as that was one of my biggest issues, that it kind of brought back that preview build feel where it just wouldn't turn while braking. I'm a lot more precise than I could have been on the previous one. Rear end looks a bit chattery there, that looked quite nice. It's had a bit of a pump. Yeah, you can see I'm actually turning in too early now for corners. You can see I've nearly touched every curb just because my muscle memory is of the old update. The rear end seems to drift around a bit as well. I'm starting to just back it in a bit more than I usually would. The front end still feels very, very sketchy. You can see most apexes I hit, it feels like the front is about to go. Again, getting it turned in too early. So far, this feels much nicer than the previous update. I wasn't happy with the previous update's adjustment to the physics. It's quite funny because a lot of people, different consoles had different kind of updates. So a lot of people said physics didn't change. A lot of PC people said the physics had changed. I thought I was going mental because I was like, the physics definitely changed. I can't ride this game. I'm really bad at it now. And then a lot of people were like, I don't feel any difference. But thankfully, another content creator and a very good friend of mine, Dr. Race, also had some similar issues where he said that he just had a very vague feeling, and a few other comments. And he did kind of back me up and say that he did have feelings of a physics change. And when I heard that this update again seemed to adjust some physics, I was interested to see what they're like. But so far, this is much more enjoyable from the lap I've just done while commentating. Bike definitely just, not turns more, but when you're pushing into a corner, it does allow a bit more precision. which is one of the big, you can see if you actually watch my ghost in front, he's constantly readjusting the apex trajectory because I keep turning in too early. Again, there he does it. I love the birds as well. The birds in the sky, you can just see them there in the background. Weird feature, I don't know why they put them in. I don't remember Sepang having lots of birds, or any track for that matter. Oh, yeah, curves are fixed in this game, aren't they? But the birds are just cool. Oh, do we have rewind? We do have rewind. That was a little bit of a Marquez-esque save. Goes once, goes twice. Oh, that's oh, I wish I could have a thumbnail, but if I press start, it won't have the right body position. You can see, look at that lad. Front is gone, rider throwing his way across the bike. That's a good little shot there. So I've just done a few more laps, did a few much faster laps, and I've noticed a few more things. Now, other than the physics, there was a glitch with the engine braking. So engine braking 3 was the only one that seemed to work. 4 and 5 pretty much didn't work at all. Again, Dr. Ace was one that I figured that out from. He said it in a stream, and he was right, it did not work, and it appears to be working now because engine brake 5 seems pretty aggressive and strong. Also, whether this was in the game since launch or not, I don't know, but in certain parts of this track there is an echo when the bike is near to physical objects such as grandstands or build up part of the track. Now, I've noticed it in 2 corners mainly, and we're coming up to one of them pretty close now. So the next left-hander we're going to come to, I'm going to stay quiet from now and just see, can you hear it? I don't know if audio will be good on YouTube, but we'll see. Just as you come in there, it starts having a little bit of an echo. The final corner is a bit stronger, so we're going to just ride around, and in the final corner you should be able to hear it. Again, I love this bit of the clouds. Can I just cover that corner there? You come in and out, it's a bit darker, much more realistic lighting. I said that in my very first playthrough, and I actually said it'd be something after maybe a couple of hours you forget. I still see it on most tracks, and it's something I really like. But once again, coming up to this final corner now, I will shut up and I'll leave you listen to the audio and just so you can hear a bit of an echo, especially when I pick up the throttle to come out of the final corner. Now I hope YouTube's audio and the everything rendering together sounds right, but overall to me that sounds much more echoey than it ever did before, and it sounds pretty good. I'd like to hear it like Magello and stuff like that and see maybe a few more tests of that just to see. But overall, I'm much happier to play this game. Now, since the latest update, I've unfortunately had very little time to play, so there's been slightly bit longer between videos, but hopefully going forward from this point on, I should be a bit more consistent and get back to at least one every 2 days, if not daily for some part of the next coming weeks. But I'm going to leave it there for today's video. Just a recap of pretty much anything. They've apparently fixed the Honda number, they haven't. Curbs still broken, UI fixes, they brought in race director mode, small things, that'll be handy for league racing and stuff like that. But a lot of people are giving on already that now that they brought in the director mode, the servers have started crashing more, so maybe there is some sort of connection between the two, I do not know. But the physics are the most important part for me. I don't really care much about the UI fixes and the race director mode, as I'll usually be riding not in the commentary box or watching on from the sidelines. Physics are much nicer, the braking seems much more consistent. I think that's down to the engine braking as well as the new, well not new, but the adjusted corner entry phase. You can brake into the corner nicer, and overall I just enjoy it more. But I'm going to leave it there for today. If you have any suggestions for future videos, drop a comment down below. If you have any thoughts on this update, on the physics, or anything else I've mentioned in this video, let me know also in the comments below. I shall catch you all in the not so distant future. Thank you all for tuning in, see you in the next one.